School starts on Monday for CCSD students, and while you may be busy finishing up on your back-to-school shopping, our local police departments are busy making a plan to keep your kids safe. Joining us now with their back-to-school initiatives are Metro Sergeant Jacob Schallenberger, Captain Jeff Clark, and from CCSD Police, Lieutenant Bryan Zink. Thank you all so much for being here.
Absolutely.
Good morning, Alyssa. Yeah, I feel like we were just on here talking about school getting out.
We were.
And now, about 2.5 months later, we're back talking about school starting again. And Lieutenant Zink is obviously going to be very busy, and along with Captain Clark, working together to keep our schools safe next week for the first week of school.
Okay, so let's talk about the mashup, if you will, how Metro and CCSD Police are joining forces to help keep kids safer on those school zones.
Well, we work together, I mean, every day of the year, even when school is not in, because they're, the kids are out in the community, and we work a lot with our partners. But for this first week of school, we want to make sure that it is a very safe environment for the kids, the staff, the officers, the citizens. So all police agencies in Southern Nevada will be together working in a command post all week, along with our fire partners, to ensure that we have that seamless communication and quick response should there be any issues that arise. This is definitely a school police-led effort, but we assist them. We will have officers in and around all schools, and this is a huge effort for Metro. We use a lot of plainclothes and detectives.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Our concern is the school safety, but hey, we got to remember, we've not had school zones for 2.5 months. People need to slow down and do our best to keep these kids safe.
Absolutely. And Lieutenant Zink, what are the major concerns, especially the first week of school?
Well, definitely it's always traffic. We always like to remind the community that starting Monday, you're going to have 1,500 school buses.
Wow.
Back on the roads. You're going to have about 50,000 support staff and teachers on the roads going back to school. So traffic is going to get congested again. We do have those summer months where things kind of slow down in the community, but definitely there's going to be a lot more movement on Monday, and we always want to remind people to slow down, pay attention. Remember that we have a lot of people coming to our schools for the first time, a lot of nervous parents, a lot of nervous kids. They're going to be arriving at our schools. So slow down, pay attention, and remember those critical traffic laws will be heavily enforced next week, and of course as we move throughout the school year.
And that's for just the reminder for the first week of school that it is a change for all drivers, whether you are a parent with a kid in school or not. Right. But as we get into the school year, you have some important reminders for students and parents on how to report suspicious activity.
Right. If it's a high school campus in the Valley, you're going to have 2 police officers at that campus. So anybody, anytime can go up to our officers at the school too. They can report it to their administration, their parent, but then always use Safe Voice. nv.org is a great way to remain anonymous and get that information to us. And that information is not only shared with us, but every jurisdiction in the Valley who it affects. So if it comes in at 2 o'clock in the morning, and Metro, Henderson, North Las Vegas would be the best department to respond to, they're going to respond to it. It's not going to wait until we get it the next morning. So it's there, it's available, and it's amazing how well it works.
And we've got the information about Safe Voice on your screen. So take a picture of that, remember either the website, the number, or just download the app. And like Lieutenant Zink said, tips are anonymous. Now, going back to traffic, I would imagine that impacts not just the school zone. So I would imagine that Metro as a whole, whether enforcing in school zones or not, that you guys are going to be busier.
We are, and one of Sheriff McMahill's goals for the year is reduction in traffic fatalities. And it's imperative for everyone to slow down on these roads, to get off their phones, to not try to rush through red lights, because really the issue of traffic can affect any of us. We could all lose a loved one in the blink of an eye because of the carelessness of others. So it is even more important in these school zones with little kids that'll dart out and maybe they're not paying attention, they got their earbuds in. So we need to do a lot better as a city when it comes to that.
And that's a good reminder to maybe have your kids take the earbuds out, especially while around cars. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And happy back to school season to you.
Here we go.
Thank you, Alyssa.
All right, thanks guys. If you have a question for Metro, please email us at behindthebadge@fox5vegas.com.